Hey everybody, welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve, and it is time for our recap of Sistas. This is season 1, episode 6, and it was titled No Judgment. So, it was about the same, bad acting, interesting storyline. This episode was kind of interesting and very telling. So I just want to see what y'all think about this one, y'all, especially when it came to Aaron. Mm, I got questions. But anyway, we'll just start from the beginning. We start where we left off from last week, where the secretary is asking Andy to go into the conference room to meet with I don't know who those other two guys was, 'cause they didn't even say nothing. And then the boss was in there with the wife or whatever. She in there crying. He acting like he like, oh, you want to tell her? And she like, oh. So she can't even talk or nothing like that. So then the boss just busts out with she wants to apologize or she feels embarrassed for coming in there saying that she wanted to take her husband back after everything, and she hopes you're not judging her and blah blah blah. And I was like, is that what she in here crying for? Like, lady, get it together. I'm pretty sure that a divorce attorney, that was not the first time a divorce attorney has sat down with people and then they said they wanted a divorce and then came back and was like, oh no, you know what, we gonna go to counseling, blah blah blah, and then came back maybe a year or two later and said they wanted, or maybe sooner, and said they wanted a divorce. So you doing all that if she don't stop it. So at first I was like, are they for real? But they were. The boss, what he say? Oh, he kept saying over and over again, because Andy was like, I don't really think that we should take, and then he was just cutting her off, and then that man, he was like, what did he say? He said, oh, that's why I asked you to come in here so you could take her out to drink coffee and tell her that you're going to take the case and talk to her and all this other stuff. So you're doing all this extra shit, telling me to bring my stuff in here like you about to fire me and all this other crap, and all it was to take this lady out to get some goddamn Starbucks or something. Like, for real. But anyway, then the lady finally starts talking to my, so you're gonna take my case? I'm so sorry. Ma'am, stop. So Andy was like, yeah, I'm gonna take the case, blah blah blah. I'll talk to you in a minute. Go into my office, chill out for a second. I'll be there in a minute. So then the lady leave, and then the two guys leave. Again, who were they? So it's just Andy and the boss. And then the boss is basically, no. So Andy was about to say that she's having an affair, and then he just like cut her off and showed her this envelope and was like, Andy opened it up, and he was like, that's his net worth. We taking him for everything. She'll get half, and then we'll get, what do you say, 13% or 30%, some kind of big ass cut off of whatever the wife went or whatever like that. So he all about that money. He is really focused on that money. He don't care. She was just like, I don't think I can take this case. He was like, not case. And he was like, you will take this case. You will take this case. That's it. So he just kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And she like, no, I'm not taking this case. And he was like, but you're going to take this case or you can leave out with her or whatever. So he basically threatening her job. And then he was like, you could be disbarred and all that stuff. So then you threatening my license as well? Like, she should have had that recorded, because he could have lost his job and lost his license up here threatening her and forcing her to take a case when he already know the facts of the case. Then he gonna claim somehow, oh, because you had an affair with him a long time ago. Really, that is not the case. Now you doggone well know that she ain't say a long time ago. And she was like, well, I never said it was a long time ago. He was like, well, you ain't really say nothing. So he pretty much like, you ain't tell me shit. I don't know nothing. And she just like, what? So she can't really say nothing. So anyway, he walk out. He was like, look, I'm not trying to have you lose your job or nothing like that. I just want you to do your job. So he falling back on, if you can't do your job, then ain't no point in you working here. So you gotta go type thing. So he can fire her in that instance because she not doing her job. He told her, look, do your job or you gotta go type thing. So like that boss with his bad acting ass, he is just So he leaves out the door, and then she went to her office to go talk to the wife, and then the wife, because that's what I really thought, because when she went back into the office, the wife was like, here, you can take it or something like that. And Andy was like, what? She was like, you can take it, it's yours. She pulled off the ring. And I was like, oh, she do know. But she really didn't know. She was just saying like, because those tears had dried up real fast. That's why I was like, oh, she was playing her from the jump. But she ain't know. She was just saying like the lawyer fees was gonna cost the gang, so you might as well go and take this ring because that's the only way I'm gonna be able to pay you type thing. And so Andy was like, no, I don't want to take that. You can keep it or whatever like that. And what she was saying, she had said something about, I forgot what she said, the wife, because she was really irritating me. And then Andy was like, oh, I really know a good lawyer. And she was like, oh, I knew you was judging me. I saw the way you looked at me. And when I said I was taking him back. And then she started running the gamut on how he came in, he was crying. And she thought that he was crying over her. But it was probably because of his little whore that he had and all this other stuff. And so Andy was like, he must have had a reason for leaving or something like that. And I was like, oh girl, you overstepping. And so then the wife was like, reason? What kind of reason would he need? So then she got mad. And she was just like, what kind of reason would he need to go off to be with his $5 whore? He got a whole wife and kids at home. What reason? So she apologized for having her moment. Cause she was like up and down, child. And, she was like, I apologize for, going off and all this other stuff. And so then Andy was just asking her again if she had proof that he was cheating. And she was like, no, because the PI sucks. And I was like, duh, I could have told you that shit. Because how the hell he can't tell where the hell the man going? And he only going across the street to Andy's house. He can't tell what. Really? Like, he could have stalked every floor and found out who. Come on now. It don't take a rocket science to find out that he cheating with somebody in the apartment building across the street if his ass parks at the apartment building across the street from the gym. Like, come on now. You can hire a new PI. Come on now. But anyway, what else happened? Oh, and so then so Andy was like, well, do you have a PI number? She was like, oh, so you're going to take the case? That means you're going to take the case? And so Andy was like, she's going to take the case. I mean, she really don't have a choice because the boss pretty much threatened her job and all this other stuff. But I wonder how this is going to pan out. Because if she take the case and then it turned out that she was sleeping with the husband, because I'm surprised he didn't run back home and tell her. Because, yeah, I don't like it. But anyway, we at the bank. Danny walks in. Apparently her and Maurice got some static between them too, because he just like, why are you even here? Like, well, he was, how he extra shit, but he don't like Danny for nothing. He was like, you broke. I don't even know why you in this bank. You don't got no money to withdraw. Like, come on now, girl. Why are you even in here? And she was like, why are you so hostile? What did I do to you? And he was like, you know what you did to me. So apparently something happened at some holiday party. They not talking about the holiday. I mean, they talk about the holiday party, but they won't say exactly what the child did. I wish they just dropped the knowledge so we can be all informed as well. But anyway, Danny go over there. She talked to Bree, and she tells Bree about her and Zach's interaction the night before or whatever like that. And Bree was like, well, what was he smoking on? She was like, I gave him that Marley, girl. And she was like, oh, that Marley mix. Shit, I was coming on to you when I was on that Marley mix. I was like, yo. And so she was just like, Bree was like, he was high. That's what it was. He was just high. It wasn't nothing else. He was high. And she was like, well, I don't know. And she was like, well, what else was he saying? And so she told him everything else that he said. And she was like, well, you is lonely. So she agreed with some stuff, but she didn't agree with him flirting with her and all this other stuff. So she was like, so he was telling the truth when he was talking about I was lonely and all this other stuff, but he was lying when he said he was attracted to me. Like, I don't like the way you what you saying, sis. And so she was like, no, I ain't mean it like that. Like, just talk to the man, see how he was feeling and blah, blah, blah. So then Bree and not Bree, Danny leaves or whatever, saying that she gonna meet up with her later on that night at Freddy's at like 6 o'clock. we see Andy. She listening to messages from Garrett because remember the night before he stuck his foot all up in his throat, talking about some if you take the case, you can get basically throw the case like it was like a football game or a boxing match or something like that. You gonna throw it like you gonna mess up or something that where I get to keep most of my money type thing. And so he apologized and said he was drunk and blah blah blah. And she was just like deleting the messages and listening to the messages. The receptionist come in and she like, you got a visit from Aaron Carter. And she like, who? I don't know who this person is or whatever like that. And the receptionist was like, well, he said he was referred by Karen and blah blah blah. So she called Karen up and Karen confirms that she did refer him. And she was like, oh, he must be serious. He there already without an appointment? So she was like, girl, tell me what he said. And then she was like, I can't tell you nothing because I can tell you only what he told you type thing. She was like, oh, now you want to follow the rules? She was like, girl, bye. And so Aaron come in. He like real, like, this is why I'm like, what y'all think about him? Because he real sketchy. Like, and I don't, like, I know you got rules and boundaries about your life and all this other stuff, but the way he going about it, I don't know. Or maybe he just mad because the wife cheated. I don't know. I'm not really feeling him. So he come in there. He like, look, I want a divorce from my wife. I got all the paperwork. She can have a car. She can do this visitation. She can get what do you say? 1.8 million of the money. I said, damn, what do he do? So he giving her 1.8 million, the car, 50-50 with the kids, all this stuff, child. So Andy was like, well, damn, it sounds like you got it all figured out. And he was like, yeah, I know what I want. And so she was basically like trying to talk to him to see like if he was wanting to rethink it or if he really wanted a divorce. And he was like, yeah, I know what I want. She cheated on me. That's my rule. You don't cheat on me. She broke the rule. Oh well, she got to go. So Andy was like, well, okay, well, is she gonna, does she have a lawyer? He was like, no, she don't need no lawyer. And he was like, she signed the papers. Ain't nothing else. The paper right there. There go her signature right there. Ain't nothing else. She was like, oh, okay, well, I think she need legal representation. Look, she don't need no legal representation. I was like, damn. And she was like, well, okay. Well, is it notarized? No. Did she sign it? Did she sign it under duress? No. Did she? So he was just like going down these things. He was just like, look, I can have her here in 30 minutes. No, what she say? She said something. He was like, well, do you got a notary here? And she was like, well, I mean, we could take her. No, I can get her in here in like 30 minutes. She can sign a paper right here in front of you, and then we can bounce. Because, like, I really want this done and over with. I was just like, whoa. So, Andy was like, oh, okay. So he left out. But she was feeling like, she was really looking like, what the fuck is wrong with dude? So she called Karen and was like, yo, he really wants this divorce. Like, he is like serious about this. He wants the divorce today in this hour. Like he will go down to the judge and have the judge and the clerks file that shit like that because he is ready. So she was like, oh, okay, girl, well, just let me know what happened. She was like, yeah, what I can tell you. She was like, girl, I ain't like trying to hear that shit. And so I think that was it for them for that second. Yeah. So we at the airport. It's Danny and Zach. So this goddamn hair. I'm like, why is something touching me? Damn hair in my sweater. Anyway, we at the airport, Danny and Zach. And Danny acting like she don't really want to talk to Zach or nothing like that. And he like, why you trying to act like you don't want to talk to me? And she was just like, I'm busy. He was like, ain't nobody here. So then he was like, well, let's talk about what happened last night. She was like, oh yeah, let's talk about it. What happened last night? What did you say? And so he was like, well, you know what I said? She was like, no, what did you say? And so he was like, come on. She was like, yeah, I know what you said, but I want to know if you know what you said type thing. So he tells her basically what he said and all this other stuff. And she was like, oh, okay, so you did remember. And he was like, yeah. So what night is they talking about? Was this the same damn holiday party where she pissed Maurice off? So, because I don't know, cause he was like, he saw the like a glimpse of Danny being human and not like insecure. Excuse me, insecure and all extra and shit. And so he fell in love, or not fell in love, fell in like or lust or whatever with that part, that Danny, the real Danny, not the one that puts on and all this other stuff. So he was saying like, he wanted to see that Danny or whatever. He's attracted to that Danny, not this one. And she was like, look, we can't be nothing but friends because you dated my best friend, like one of my friends or like that. So it can't be nothing else. And he was like, well, if you keep acting like this, then it's cool. We'll just be friends. But if you show me that other Danny, I don't know, type thing. And she was like, look, it ain't going to happen. You need to call Karen up. And he was like, look, I'm not calling Karen. Me and her is done. She always talked down to me. She always demeaned me. She always made me feel littler than what I am, and all this other stuff. So like I have nothing else to say to her or whatever like that. He was like, me and you cool, but me and Karen, we done. And she just kept saying over and over again, like, you need to call Karen. He was like, damn, Danny, I said I'm done, type thing. So and I kept thinking like, damn, bitch, she said he done. Like, why are you gonna keep saying it? But anyway, we see Bree. She walk into Karen's spot. And so Bree trying to figure out if Karen talked to Danny, because all that was going on. She would have thought that, Danny would have spilled some tea on herself, but she hasn't. So she was asking her like, if she seen Zach or talked to Zach, and Karen was pretty much like, no, I'm done with him. And so Brie was like, I wish I could be like you and Andy, just turn the light switch off and on your heart the way you do, or whatever like that, because they just kind of bounce back from breaking up and stuff like that. And so, not Andy, Karen was like, yeah, that's how you have to be, type thing, to keep moving forward in your life. I mean, it's good in some instances, but then it's not in some, because then you close yourself off for different things. But anyway, Karen asked about the red panties, and she was like, y'all know? She was like, yeah, girl, but it's just us, it's all right. And so she was like, so he didn't want to come up at all, like nothing, like And she was like, no, but I don't know, I don't know, like I don't want to ask and stuff, because I just feel so judgy, bitch, because you're judgy. You've been judging this man from day one, from hour one, when he was in your line. You've been judging him, like judgy. That's why you feel judgy, because you are judgmental. Deal with it. So Karen was basically like, girl, that's why you in this mess right now. Just ask the man. She was just like, okay, all right, I guess I'll ask or whatever. So that went off. And so then we see the more awkward part. Aaron, his wife, and then Andy. They in the conference room. And they got a camera all set up. And since the wife, I don't think we knew her name, but the wife, the cheating wife, whatever, she there. And because she don't have a lawyer, they got a camera there just to show like, look, we asked her all these questions. She's not signing nothing under duress. She does not want an attorney. She wants to sign this paperwork. She wants to get this divorce type thing. So it's on film. So it's not like we pressured her into doing this or anything like that. So Andy, she was doing her lawyer thing. She asking her, she like, do you want an attorney? She was like, no, I don't. She was like, are you signing this paperwork under duress? She was like, no, I'm not. She was like, do you want this divorce? And she was like, no, I don't. Oh, no, she said, do you want to sign these papers? She was like, no, I don't. And she was like, why not? She was like, because I don't want a divorce. I want to work on my marriage. And he was just like, oh, bitch. Like, and so she was like, look, I saw her today. Like, I went over there and I went to her job and I told her to give us 6 months. And he was like, you saw who? She was like, the one you're dating or whatever. The girl, the one you're dating. I asked her to give us 6 months. So I want to work on this marriage and stuff. I really want to work on it. And he was just like, you did what? Who told you to go? Like, he mad. Like, you could see, like, he red all up in the face and stuff. He was mad. Like, why would you go up to her job and insert her in our business type thing? And I was with him on that. Like, no, that's what you did, ho. Like, you spread them wide and let old Skip get up in there. He was just like, say his name. Say his name. And I said, So then she was like, Skip. He was like, yeah, you see Andy? Or Andrea or whatever. She was like, you see, she slept with some man named Skip. I said, oh no. My algebra teacher name was Skip. He was nice until elementary functions, and then he wasn't nice anymore. But I stopped going to that class because I really didn't need it. But anyway, I just know it's Skip. He didn't seem like an asshole or anything like that until that class. But I digress. Anyway, so she like, you don't need to be rude. Andy like, you don't need to be rude or nothing like that. He was like, whatever, just sign the paperwork. Just sign it. And she was like, but I just want to work on this marriage. He was like, just sign the paper. Sign the paper. But I want to work on this. He was like, just sign the paper. You ain't going to get nothing until you sign the papers. So she was like, okay, where do I sign? I was just like, oh, girl, he just straight played you. Because he don't, like, once you sign the paperwork, that's it. Like, bye. So she got the pen. She started signing. And then Andy called a notary in there or whatever like that. I was just like, shouldn't she had signed the paperwork in front of the notary? I mean, I've been to a few notaries, and you supposed to sign the paperwork in front of the notary so they can see that you signing, that you the person that signed the paperwork. Then they sign and then they stamp it. They did it kind of backwards, but anyway, it's TV. So she signed the paperwork. She all happy. She like, okay, so what's next? And what she say? So when can I see you again? And he was like, oh no, she said, when do we start or something? And then he was like, well, you'll see me when I come pick up the kids or whatever. And she was like, no, I mean, like, when do we start, like working on us or whatever. And he was like, you'll see me when I pick up the kids, and we'll start working on us when I stop seeing those semen stains on your black shirt. I said, oh, bitch. Oh, she nasty. She got Monica Lewinsky. Oh, I said, oh. Andy was just like, oh, shit. Not the semen on the shirt. God damn. So Andy apologized. Like, her face was just like, oh, shit. So she apologized to the lady or whatever like that. And so then the lady realized, like, oh, shit. Like, I just signed these divorce papers. So she was just like, what did I just do or whatever? Bitch, you signed the damn divorce papers. It's over. Deuces. Like, pack your shit. Did he say he was going to give her the house? I can't remember. But pack your shit and go. Okay? So anyway, we see Calvin, and he came to the bank. He came to the bank with flowers. Of course, him and Maurice had like some little exchange or whatever. And he go over there. He's talking to Bree, and Bree trying to ask him questions, like seeing if he was pleased because he didn't come up or wanting to do nothing extra or anything like that with her that night. And so she was basically saying that she wanted him to be on top of her, and she was telling him that I was pulling you up and stuff like that, but you didn't want to come up. But he was like, I ain't feel you doing all that. And she was like, oh, well, I wanted you to be on top of me or whatever. And he was like, oh, I didn't know because I didn't, get any signals that you didn't want me to stop doing what I was doing because you was pleased or whatever. And so he was like, you should have just used your words and, told me come up here or whatever. So she felt kind of offended by that. And I'm just like, well, I mean, like, for real, if you wanted to get D down, then you should have just been like, put it in something. Say something sexy. I know you didn't watch a couple movies or something, or a couple pornos or something, child. Just say something. Like, if you ain't want him down there all night, then, and he wasn't responding to the tapping, then, yo, put it in, do something. Say something, child. But anyway, he was just like, so he was getting pleasure by pleasing her, whatever like that. He was enjoying making her squirm, whatever. So cause she was like, well, I didn't know if he was pleased or not, and blah, blah, blah. Obviously he was pleased. Otherwise he wouldn't have been down there all freaking night. So I don't know. I just ain't really understand it. Yeah, I just ain't really understand it. I don't have those issues. But anyway, he basically said he was going to knock her block off that night, to come home after girls' night and just come home tipsy. And he was going to show her how pleased he is or whatever, because he was asking her about a bathroom and taking her out in the parking lot to show her how pleased he was and or is and all this other stuff. So I was just like, next scene, because it was just annoying. Anyway, because I'm still on the fence about him. He seems like a nice person, but yeah. Anyway, we see Andy. She go to see Karen. It was basically like just some small talk real quick to just get them ready for the night. It was basically like her telling her that Aaron, they're divorced or whatever, and how she was listening to the messages from Gary, and how she don't have really no time for him tonight. She just want to dance and get her drink on and loosen up or whatever like that. So that was pretty much it for that scene. Next we see next we see Zach and Danny, and Zach basically told Danny that she was right, that he should go talk to Karen, at least get some kind of closure, and he wanted to go talk to her that night or whatever like that. We see Karen, and she going home because she wanted to change, get cute for the club or whatever. So she pull up to her house, Aaron there. She like, what the fuck? So first she was like real extra hostile or whatever like that. Like, why are you here? Like, who told you come here? Like, you popping up on my doorstep? Like, ain't nobody invite you to come over here? Like, that's not what we do. And he was pretty much like, and I thought he was going to tell her like I got divorced or whatever, but he never really even said that. But he was just like, well, have you talked to your friend Andy today? And she was like, I talk to her every day. And he was just like, well, did she tell you that I came to see her? And all this other stuff. And he was just like, I wanted to apologize for my wife popping up. And she was just giving him all this lip and all the static. If I was him, like, I'd have been like, all right, girl, I just wanted to apologize for my crazy ass ex-wife coming up here harassing you. I will talk to you another time. Because she just had too much attitude for me. But yeah, he popped up. But all that, she was just too much. I don't know. It was just too much for me. What happened? Oh, so after he apologized, stuff like that, she was like, all right, well, do you have anything else to say? And he was like, no, or whatever. So then he was like, all right. He even asked, he was like, why is you acting like this? Like, why are you doing all this? And she was like, you popping up. Like, I don't like that. And he was just like, well, you got a man in there? And she was like, and if I did, like, why they keep asking it? Like, we're not together. So why people would keep asking it? He was just like, well, if you did, you could just say so. Because, like, he's just straight. He's just like, look, if you got somebody, you seeing somebody else, just tell me. Like, you talking to somebody else, tell me. If you broke, tell me. He don't care. He just want the truth, pretty much. So he was just like, he been out of the game for a while. He don't know none of the rules no more. Because when he was married to his wife for 15 years or 12 years, something like that. So yeah, he a little rusty. So he was just like, look, if you want to talk to me later or hit me up or whatever like that, you can. All right. And so he went to go walk away, and she was just like, all right. And so he came back and said something, and then she went to go walk away. And when she went to walk away, he grabbed her arm and tongued her down. And as while he was tonguing her down, guess who scrolls up on the bike? Zach. So then they just cut off or whatever like that. So we see for next week, Zach mad that he even took Danny's advice or whatever like that. He asking her for some weed, and then my recording cut off, so I don't know what happened next. But I'm gonna say I see Zach sleeping with Danny very soon, and Danny and Karen relationship, even though they have a relationship right now, it's not as strong as, whatever, but they're friends and stuff like that. But I see Danny sleeping with Zach, and that joint going right down the tube. So we'll see, y'all. But what y'all think about the episode? What y'all think about Aaron and his outbursts and his like aggressiveness towards like the divorce or whatever like that? And do y'all think that what's her name, child? Karen was just a little bit too hostile at the end. Yeah, because I just thought she was just doing too much, but that was just me. Anyway, y'all, like I said, today is Wednesday, so it is Thanksgiving Eve, and tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I hope every one of my subscribers and viewers, because some of my viewers are not my subscribers, and I don't understand why. Just hit the subscribe button, please. Thank you. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Eat lots and lots and lots of food. Get lots of hugs and kisses from your family members and your friends. If you're doing like a little Friendsgiving or anything like that, just have fun and enjoy life, because you're not promised tomorrow. So, well, shoot. I hope you do see tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving, but you know what I mean, y'all. I'm tired. I've been cooking all day. But anyway, I hope you enjoy your day tomorrow with your family and friends. And until next time, y'all, peace.